let's go back to, we were going over validation. I could actually talk about story validation this weekend.
Tell me.
So Sunday morning, Saturday, we had climbed from, I think we got there maybe like 10, 11 or something like that. We climbed and got back to camping about 8 o'clock at night. So we were all pretty tanked and I was sore and hurting the next morning. And I caught myself going, oh, I'm sore. Maybe I should just go home. Oh, that validation for kind of wussing out on the whole day. And then this is exactly what I did. I walked across from where we were camping, which by the way was super cool. I sat down next to the Colorado River in Utah, in Moab, and I started meditating and just listening to nature around me. And when I got up, my mood changed. Like I had a clear mind and I was like, oh, have a great day. It's Sunday. It's beautiful. What are you doing? And I just kind of like snapped out of it. It was amazing. And then I had the best climbing experience I needed. And I actually needed that because even though I had just went through validating, up on that wall, there was a moment where I looked up to my buddy and I was like, dude, I'm done. I like yelled down. Actually, I was looking down because, well, it's a lot of work. And I was like, dude, I think I'm done. And in my mind, I was like, you're quitting. And then I looked up and I was like, oh my God, I had like maybe 25 feet left out of 100. And so I was like, wait a second, that's all I got left? And I was like, all right, dude, I'm gonna finish it. So I just took a minute and I ended up finishing it. But before I got to the top, there was a part where my hands were sprawled out like this. My legs were just as sprawled out, climbing that wall, like pushing it. And while I was climbing up the wall, I was like, I'm doing the fucking best I can. Like it just came out of me. And I just started crying. And I heard this voice inside me said, no, you're not.
Oh, no, you're not?
No, you're not.
Was that true?
Oh, yeah. So true. Oh, my God. It was like, I don't know if any other climber has experienced or just an intensity and overwhelming, like I was just so angry and I was just sitting there going, I'm giving it all I fucking got. And like, it's not like anybody was trying to encourage me or anything else.
No, I know. This is you. This is you and you. This is you and you having a conversation here with yourself.
And okay. I'm like coming into tears and I'm just like, my whole body is shaking, like I just climbed, I'm almost 100 fucking feet. Between it's a cave. Right. And like, and then when I heard, no, I'm not, I shit you not, the stillness came over me and I felt how much energy I had left. It was fear. It was self-doubt.
Okay, this is a great story. I love this story. I love this story because that was the question I was going to put out there for you tonight and for anybody listening, which is, how do you know when it's legit or when it's ego talking?
No. Yeah.
When are you self-sabotaging?
Yeah.
Versus when are you going with the flow versus taking control of the steering wheel, so to speak? There is a fine line. There is a true fine line of, am I overworking, was what I asked myself over the weekend. Have I, considering everything I've done for 2 months, then everything I've done since I got home for the week, and it was, am I tired? Or like you, am I doing my best?
Are you? I'm not, dude. It wasn't just me not doing my best on that wall. Like there was something else that happened to me like right before I went on this trip, and I was like, I'm not doing my best with that either. I'm not doing my best in my whole life. It wasn't just for that climbing that wall by any means. Like my career, I changed my career. I got, it's not that I don't have clients, but I'm not doing my best, man. Like I could be doing better. And I came home with this change in me. I came home with this understanding that get rid of this. You've been hearing this little chirp, chirp, chirp. And
Oh yeah, because
that
it's
off.
like, great, the body needed to rest, as an example. And I did. I stayed in bed. I stayed in bed. I didn't get dressed. I didn't do the hair. I didn't put the face on. I mean, it was bed, bathroom, food, bed, bathroom, food. And I mean, that was my rotation for the whole day. And I kept going, but I'm really tired. But did I rest? No, no, no. I was on the gadgets. I was reading. I was journaling. Oh yeah, I was laying down and reclining. But did I literally shut the mind off, close the eyes, allow the body cells to restore, renew, and truly? No, I worked the whole time in bed. That was not rest.
Yeah.
Just because you're reclining doesn't mean you're resting. And so, it was one of those, was I doing my best? No. I woke up on Sunday morning and going, no. I woke up twice as tired, and I had accomplished not really much of anything I wanted to accomplish on Saturday. And then I felt guilty. Then the guilt, the self-talk goes in, and it's like, you want to be here. And to get there, you need to do dit, and dit. So are you self-sabotaging yourself, Diane? Are you making excuses? Are you trying to validate the choices you made on Saturday? And and why couldn't I, in my mind, if I wanted a day where I just wanted to hibernate in my room, which is my woman's cave, and I wanted to journal, and I wanted to research this, and I wanted to putter with that, why couldn't I just done that without any guilt at all? Why couldn't I have been honest with myself and said, you know what? Who cares what I choose to do today? Except then I was beating myself up with, well, because you didn't rest. You truly didn't rest like you needed to rest. So it's like a cycle, a spiral that once and I'm going, don't want to beat myself up for it. Yesterday's gone, let it go. But at the same point in time, am I validating my actions? It's like I got a me here and a me here. Which one's right?
So this is what I do in the situation. I don't know what you do. This is where you
Okay.
sit down and you meditate, man. You got to sit down, be within yourself, balance that. I throw that energy, make it move through you, find some clarity. It's not always finding I always tell people, you don't sit down in meditation to find a solution. You sit down in meditation to balance yourself, and then the solutions will come.
Well, that brings me back to that whole, when do you go with the flow and give up control? When do you take on the steering wheel?
You gotta be right here.
There's a fine line. There's a fine line. And like you said, tapping into that inner voice, that inner wisdom, that inner guidance.
Yeah.
And then when it speaks up, and says, no, you're not. No, you're not giving it your best. You're not giving it your all. You've got plenty more inside. When that voice speaks up, that's when you need to move. That's run with it. but taking that moment. And sometimes it's like you said, where you're just, I will say, well, sometimes I'm got to go kicking and screaming and cussing, kind of like you on the wall going, I'm giving it my all, fucking what the hell's happening?
I mean, it's not that I'm not giving it a good 1-2 punch. I realize that I'm trying to, I need to focus, like there's this objective and this goal that I see right in front of me, and I keep kind of going back and forth. And so actually, when I got back from my trip, man, I completely went into my website. I deleted a bunch of crap that doesn't matter. I changed the face of it a little bit. I kept the same design, but I changed it. I'm put myself out there for more of a guidance counselor, Reiki, like I'm doing, I gotta go with my spirituality. And
So basically you're coming out of the closet.
Yeah. By the way, yeah, I'm a lesbian, if you didn't know. Yeah, I mean, that's a good thing. I had to come out of the closet once when I was really young. Now I'm coming out of the closet again as a new person. I think honestly, it's probably was easier to come out being a lesbian than it is to actually come out and be like, oh yes, I do Reiki, I use healing, I am a vessel for healing energy.
I channel information.
Information, yeah.
And again, that was something, and I'm hearing this, they're talking to me